Hey, what's up everyone? Joey Kissimmee here with Incompressed.com. And in this video today, it's just a real quick thing just to let you know what's going on this weekend and what I'm up to, right? So basically, guys, what I'm up to here is just doing a real quick split testing thing, just an idea that I had, and it just kept bugging me. I said, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do this damn thing just to see if it freaking works, right? So basically, what I'm trying to do is I'm right here in iTunes. This is my iTunes thing, the podcast, in the, the business management and marketing section or category, right? So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to shoot up the ranks here, okay? You see this right here? This is the what's hot area. A lot of people look in this here just to see what's hot now, just so it could save them time, of really like searching and stuff. So they go in here and see what's hot, right? So they look at all these guys here. You see Social Triggers, Derek helping for Social Triggers, Pat Flynn here, Lifestyle Business Podcast. You got all this stuff here, right? So this is really where you want to be at, all right? And I'm up here, but you got to scroll down just a little bit down here. Let me see where I'm at. Right there. Okay, I'm right there, and that's all fine and dandy and stuff, right? I mean, at least I'm here, in the top, I don't know what it is, the top 100 or top 200, I'm not all the way at the end or even away from this, but, I don't want to be there, all right? I mean, I get good exposure there, but I want to be up here where all the big dogs are at. See, this is where the action happens. This is where all the really good exposure happens. All the new people, the new audience. This is where you get them, because you got to remember, there's a lot here to see. All right, just I don't know, at least 15 here that I see or something. So they're gonna be going through each of them, listen to an episode or two, right? So let's say they listen to like 10 episodes of random guys here. By the time they reach you, if they reach you, they're tired of listening. So they'll either save it for another day and bookmark it, or just, forget about it. Not even just overlook you. So what I'm trying to do is get up here, basically, right? So I have this thing that I call the pulsing technique, right? The pulsing method, which I use with my iPhone apps, the games. And what I do is, a lot of my iPhone apps, practically all of them, they're free, right? They're free to download. So I get a steady flow of traffic, and everything's good, right? And a steady flow of downloads. And then what I do to shoot up the ranks is I turn those from free to paid. So what this does, it drops the traffic down, almost to nothing, right? And so I do that for about a week. I keep it like that for about a week or so. And then I turn it back to free. All right. Now what this does is it somehow lets the iTunes people there know or something that I just did that. So they start featuring me. Hey, this just went to free or something like that, right? I really don't know how it works, but it just works. So what happens is all these people say, okay, now it's free. Let me go check it out. So I get all this big surge of traffic and downloads. And then iTunes, they go ahead and see that, and they start shooting me up the ranks and start putting me up there in the top 20 or so, or top 30 or top 10 or whatever. And saying, hey, this thing is hot now. It's getting a lot of downloads. It's free. Check it out, right? And for that category I'm in, whatever. So I'd say, you know what? Let me do this with the podcast just to see if it'll work. Because right now I'm releasing like a podcast a week. I used to do it like once every 2 or 3 weeks or so, but then I started doing it every week. And let me just show you real quick the stats here. Now, this is from my Libsyn account, and right here you see these big spikes, like right here, right? This is usually when I release an episode. So when I release an episode, I usually get like, I don't know, what's here, like 220 downloads. This one got 185, this one got 197, 150, 160, yeah. So I get these big splurges of downloads and traffic, right? And then all of a sudden it just drops, right? So I say, you know what? If the pulsing technique works with my games, and those games are on iTunes, right? My podcasts are on iTunes. and let me see if I could do the same thing. Well, my podcasts are free. They're always free. There's really no way of getting it paid, right? So what I did here, or what I'm doing here, what I'm doing here is, since I get these big splurges of big downloads here on the day that I release my podcast shows, what I'm going to do is I'm going to release a podcast show every single day. Okay? Now, what's today's date? Today is March 16th, right? 2013. It's Saturday. So I'm going to release the first podcast episode on Monday. So I'm going to go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So the idea here is to get these splurges of traffic every single day. So Monday I'll get 200, Tuesday I'll get 200 plus, the same thing all the way through Friday. So hopefully in that week I'll gather 1,000 plus downloads. iTunes here, let me get iTunes again. We'll go ahead and see that, and hopefully if it all goes to plan, they'll see that it's hot and they'll shoot me up the ranks here. You know what I mean? So let's just see, let's just see what happens. A lot of these guys here, they just release podcasts like every week or every 2 weeks or even once a month. The difference with these guys is every time they release an episode, their audience is so huge that they get thousands per day, So hopefully by me doing that, it'll generate enough buzz here with the iTunes people and shoot me up the ranks. And then once I'm up here, people could see me. I'll get new exposure, reach a new audience, and I don't know. Let's just see if it works. That's what this whole split testing thing is about. I started thinking about this about a week ago, and every day I'm thinking about this, just become a real pain in the ass. And I said, you know what? Let me just do it and get it over with. So all day today I've been editing and reviewing and putting all the podcast episodes together, because I actually purposely stopped producing podcast shows for about 2 weeks just to let it die down a bit, right? So I've got Yarostar coming up on Monday. I've got Pat Flynn coming up on Tuesday. I've got Chris Ducker coming up on Wednesday. Derek Halpern coming up on Thursday. And, oh my God, for the life of me, I can't remember who's coming up on Friday. But every day is going to be a new person, a new expert, really giving me that, that thing there, that, whatever, so anyways, but yeah, it's going to be really cool. It's going to be fun. And I can't wait to share these podcast interviews too with you guys. It's going to be awesome. Every single one of these guys has some great stuff to share. Just can't wait to share them with you and to go live with it. But also, let's see if this little split test thing idea works. Let me bring back my thing here. So as you can see, I think the last episode was released right here, March 4th. So I haven't done anything then, but I've done it purposely, so let's see if it works. I'll let you know in about a week or so, or in two, actually after this next week, to see if I get a big surge of all this stuff and to see if it works. So, all right. So with that said, this is Joey Kissimmee. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you on the next.